It's recording. Well, at least the camera is.
They both are. Calm down,
Becky.
Kitty. This is the theme song. This is the theme song. The theme song. That's what this fucking is.
Fuck yeah. I love that energy. Let's do this shit.
Let's do it.
Welcome to When Wife
I
Gives
can't
You
even
Lemons.
sit up straight.
Welcome to When Wife Gives You Lemons.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello, Joy.
Hi, peoples.
Hello, peoples. Welcome back to our life.
Oh, woo!
It's chaotic.
It's been 1 week.
I even went to therapy today.
Oh, he's a therapist.
That's right. And I even have 2 notes.
Oh, I thought you said I have 4 notes.
Well, I only wrote down 2. So
You
I can only remember.
son of a
2.
bitch.
Listen.
What? Tell me.
Let's start with this.
I love how you always take precedence
Well,
if
you
you
can
haven't.
start.
No. Because
You
it's
want my
like,
nopes out of the way.
oh my God, John has a nope. Let's do
No,
John's
I'm not
nope.
going to do my nopes now.
Do your nopes,
No,
Mom.
I want your nopes.
I don't want to. Just do it,
What
please.
about your nope?
I'm so tired. Tell me your nopes.
I
I was
don't
just. You're right. I shouldn't have fucked with the system. You're correct, Amundo.
I saw a wheelbarrow fly out of someone's truck the other day. It was pretty awesome.
Okay, that is kind of awesome.
It bounced. It was all bong, bong, and bong, and it landed on the sidewalk. And then they're all, and I was all, that was awesome. I wanted it to hit something, though. I wanted it to hit somebody's car.
Not you though.
Not me, though.
No.
Because everybody hits my fucking car.
We can switch.
So Joy got a new car.
Is that one of your nopes?
No, but did we talk about that?
No, but you should talk about your nopes.
So that was one of my nopes, though.
That I got a new car.
No, that I saw the wheelbarrow fly.
No, that's a good
It was
one.
all bouncing. It was all boom, like a basketball. Boom.
Oh, that's a
pretty
good
cool.
one.
I wish I had more for it, but that's it. And then, okay, so we have a monthly safety meeting.
Okay, I called you during it.
Yeah. So the 2 front receptionist girls, ladies, whatever, women, I don't know,
People.
are people. So what should it be?
Bow,
So I just did some Da Vinci mode.
Da Vinci.
Yeah, I always call them Da Vinci
That
mode.
was stupid, but that made me giggle.
Right, it's funny because it's funny.
It is funny.
Anyway,
I'm like so man-spreaded right now.
I know, look at you.
I think, yeah, go. Okay, so
anyway,
the safety.
They
meeting.
were they always bring like coffee or donuts or croissants or something.
Croissants.
So they made because we have a full kitchen in the break room.
Uh-huh.
So they made ham and cheese croissants for everybody.
Ooh.
They weren't hot.
Okay.
Right. They were made the day before, I mean, they appreciate it. Anyway, so I'm looking at, like, they break it out, and there's ham and cheese, and they go, hey, we made some eggs, too, if you want to put egg on it or something. It's like, oh, cool. And then there's, like, there's the typical toppings and jelly. On a croissant, ham and cheese?
Uh-huh. I think it's called a Monte Cristo.
It's called a gross.
Actually, it's kind of...
No?
So the sweet and the salty, it works.
No. Is that like jism? Sweet and salty?
I've never had sweet jizz. Ever. I've swallowed
How about if it was
some
like-
jizz in my
how about
life.
How about if you're shooting a rope and you're sprinkling sugar on it as it goes to the fit?
I don't know. Then I'd have to log that in my Fitness Pal, and I'm so done.
Semen flavor additives. What if you put on the end like a little Skittle or something?
Skittles are banned, bitch.
Well, okay, like a flavor like that.
A flavor?
So when you blast, it comes out that, taste
It's
the
still
rainbow.
not going to taste
And it has
good.
that sugar flavor. in
It doesn't taste good. Semen doesn't taste good. Anyone who spits, I don't understand why you'd want it on your tongue twice. Just when you know they're about to come, when their toes are curling, you stick it in the back of your throat like a goddamn shot, and you swallow, and you...
Like it's a goddamn scorpion.
Yeah, and then your eyes water, and then you get whatever you want for dinner. I mean, it's just... it's
No,
the rules
last
of
time
the
that
game.
happened, it shoots out your nose.
You made me. That was funny. We don't have sex. You guys don't need to know about that.
We don't. You know, when we first started this podcast, we talked about everything, and now everything's off limits.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like because I know everybody who listens to this now.
Speaking of that, number 6, we went disc golfing the other day, and number 6 goes.
Hey, number 6.
He was wearing his no pants. He goes, "Hey, I'm wearing pants, John." And I started laughing. I go, "I don't fucking look like it."
So John is asshole.
John?
As asshole.
John.
He's an asshole.
An asshole.
So John forced me to turn in my Highlander.
There was no gun pointed at your head.
There was a lot of manipulation in this. So the Highlanders, okay, so I had the Highlander for 10, 11 years.
We bought the Highlander in 2008.
Yeah. So okay, the tags were due, and John's like, "Hey, the Highlander's not going to pass smog. I'm not he basically was like, "I'm not fixing it." Like, you just like, were like, "I'm done."
Well, let me explain, Lucy.
Okay, explain, Ricky.
It needed struts on all 4 corners.
None of this makes sense to me.
The reason when you drove it, it felt like you were driving a waterbed.
It didn't.
It did too.
No.
Bullshit. The thing floated all over the road.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. It rattled because I could kick the front tire 2 inches forward from stop position. I could kick the fucking front tire forward.
Sorry, Octavio.
Thing was a piece of shit.
No, that's not fair.
It wasn't. It drove good. The motor ran. It leaked oil everywhere. It did its thing all over the place. It raised the kids. One window fucking worked. One.
The one that needed to work. The drive-through one.
And that one was all, okay. Please don't make me do that again. I'm tired. I mean, that thing was done.
Anyway, I don't think so. So he's like, "I'm not gonna fix it," and I was like, "What the fuck do you mean you're not gonna?"
Fuck yeah, the thing is.
So then, stop. It was a good car.
It was good day.
So anyway, and then to make
wasn't a pet.
To make matters worse, it was mine. It was mine. Anyway.
Nah, it was so-and-so Cortez's.
So anyway, okay, also we have, as most families do, a shared calendar that John never fucking uses.
That's because I'm not smart enough.
So you are smart enough. You married me. You got some brains.
No, I didn't.
Anyway.
We're not even really legally married.
I know.
Go.
I can't wait to leave you. Anyway, that shadow looks like a cat. Anyway,
someone's got pussy on her brain.
So stop. I'm fine. Okay, I like re-listened to like a bunch of our podcasts, and every one of them I'm so tired. I'm tired. So I'm trying not to be like, I'm so tired.
I should. If I was smart enough to do computer cutting and editing, I would go back to episodes and just be you going, I'm tired.
There's a lot of them.
I'm tired.
There's so many of them. So anyway, okay, so then somebody called me and they're like, "Hey, Joy, we are having a huge 3-block book festival in North Park in San Diego, and it is a very gay community."
And you were like, I have to go.
And I'm like, I'm coming home with 3 gay best friends. Like, this is the first thing I thought of. I was all, yay, gay. So anyway, it was $78, paid it, done. And then I put it on, and I was like, hold on. I looked at the family calendar. There was nothing there. So I was like, Joy, North Park, book signing, San Diego. And then you get home, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to need your car for the weekend on the 24th. And you're like, I got a disc golf tournament then. So it's like you manipulate. Like, it was very manipulative.
You know, I knew. I was like, okay, I'm going to set this up just right. So,
well,
yes, I did.
Kelly.
And guess what? You got a new rah-rah.
And Farley. Okay. So then, I was like, we're just going to go. John's like, we'll just go look. Let's just go look.
And then we didn't look, and then you were like, hey, let's go look.
Right. And then we went and looked, and you were like, I'm not going to do it. You were not going to do anything but look. So we go to this place that we already bought a car from. Mountain Motors. Highly recommend.
Yep,
they're actually really cool.
Yeah. Mom and pops, they're good people.
We went there and I was like, let's go there when there's nobody here. So we went like at 6:30.
Right.
And we're walking around, and it looked empty. And they had a Lexus there that looked bigger in the picture. And then I went out, and I was like,
it always looks bigger in the picture.
Yeah. So
look how huge it is.
So
you said that was 8 inches. That is 4.
So
Max.
I was like, okay, because my one thing was I want a car that I don't have to put my seats down to put my table in. Well, then anyways, the dude walks out, and I was like, dude, you should be home. And then it just all ended from there.
All went downhill. It was, he goes, how are you? Oh, we're good. And then, I talked to him about how we had bought a car, and he goes, oh, I remember you.
Yeah, he's like, I know you,
And
John.
that was like 2016, I think we did that. Oh. So he's like, oh, I remember you guys. And we started talking, and then he's like, oh, you want to see which car? And I was like, the little Lexus car over here. And he goes, it's too small for you.
You're a big girl, is what he said. I was on week 4, guy. Like I thought.
Well,
I
think he meant it more like you're tall.
So I was like, oh, okay. So then they
had, I guess I can't have this car because I'm too big, bitch.
Fine. So then there's a Honda CRV.
Then I made a joke because he's all, yeah, I couldn't get in the back seat with the guy we were too close together or something, and I said something smart ass, and he goes, no, and I was like, no, that was a joke.
So anyway, we go, and there's a Honda CRV. It had all the bells and whistles, like heated, and so much stuff I could break, like so much stuff.
The kids would ruin.
And then I walked by and I saw the RAV, and I pointed at it and I go, I want that one. And John was like, it looks just like the Highlander. And I'm like, I know how to drive it. And I was like, that's the one I want. It
literally looked just like the Highlander, it's just a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I was like, that's the one I want. And it's a 2013. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles, but I'm going to tell you guys, there are so many buttons on the steering wheel. The Highlander had no buttons, or none that worked.
It literally had no buttons on it.
Yeah, it was 2004. So then we drive the CRV, and I made John drive because I've been in so many car accidents. I'm very weary about cars. And it was just loud. It was weird. So then we'd get in. Yeah, we get in the Honda. And I was
disappointed, actually, in the Honda, to be honest. And I wanted it.
And then I was like, he's going to try and convince me. And I was like, whatever. I was for sure like, this is the car I'm going to get, even though I wanted that one. Then we get into the rah-rah. And John drives. And we're like halfway down a block. And he goes, fuck, this is your car.
I knew she would like it. I go, that's it. You're too easy. That was it.
Yeah.
I could have manipulated the Honda if I really wanted to, but I didn't want the Honda. I mean, I wasn't driving it, and I thought it was too loud, too noisy. It didn't have inside when you shut the doors. It drove. You could hear more from outside than you could. With the little Toyota we got, you can't hear the inside. It's nice and quiet inside.
So I have a car payment.
So yes, now we're rocking 2. We're
rocking 2.
Adulting.
Yeah, but her name is.
Talked about that in my therapy today.
Rava Vroom. And I'm not used to her yet. I got magnets for her. I'm kind of excited. I had 3 people walk in today and be like, where the fuck's your car? I didn't think you were here. And I'm like, it's there. It's just different. And they're like, oh my God, you got a new car. And I'm like, yeah. I mean,
she goes, look, there's a scratch on the fender here and here.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about scratching it.
He goes, oh, the guy goes, oh, you could buff that out. And I go, no. That means the second one won't hurt as bad. Because John was he was like, you need to lease a car under your business, which is a good idea, but I don't take care of things well enough to lease. So I was just like, I want a used car. Like, I want something a little broken in, like you. You were a lot broken in.
I was broken.
You were a fucking horrible whore.
No, I was broken.
Okay, so.
Did you just call me a horrible whore?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Maybe whore. But don't judge me. I wasn't horrible. I was good.
Okay, you were good.
That's why I kept getting a whole bunch of them.
And then, okay.
Slinging dick everywhere.
Okay, so you guys
just ignoring that?
Yeah, I am.
I figured you were.
I blocked that whole thing out. I was like,
I said slinging dick.
Yeah, you're a dick slinger.
Used to be. I'm a retired dick slinger. It's like an old gunslinger. You hang up your belt.
Well, I'd like to see your belt sometime soon.
Below the belt.
So I am opening up my new massage room. It is way busier than I thought it was going to be. It's fucking insane, dude. And I pay for a Google ad, so when people search massages near me in Santa Clarita, I'm higher up on the list. Well, Google sends me my fact sheet about my three top searches that Massages by Joy showed up
Massage
in.
by Joy. Joy massages.
And it was massages in SCV, massages near me, massajes erótico. And I'm like, what the fuck, Google, am I paying you for? Like,
so let me ask you this. Have you had any
no, I haven't.
Spanish speaking that were like, I like massage?
No, but last night, Quincy, I was at the Comedy Store. We'll talk about that because it was fucking insane, guys. But last night, a lot of the door guys were on, you know, how they all gather in the parking lot. And it was Quincy and Isaac.
Like Quincy and Isaac. Good guys.
I love them. So I walked up and I'm giving them hugs. And then they start explaining to me how to give a hand job quickly so I can make more money doing massages and not because they don't want me to work as hard. They're like, Joy, if you just go under the shaft, and they're like, don't go over the head like that. That's super annoying. And I mean, they just, both of them gave me a lesson on hand jobs.
A black dude and an Asian dude.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that drastically different styles of whacking.
Nope.
I'm going to say so because one's definitely going to be larger than the other one.
Isaac. No.
That Asian dude is hung like a bear.
And then he tells me we're talking and he's like, I got my girlfriend a pug, but it's not ready yet.
Girl, whoa. Is that what you named that fucking dick when you lost all that weight, bro?
So he's like, I got my girlfriend a pug, but it's not ready yet. So for her birthday, I just gave her a leash and a collar and a ball. That could have went really different, Isaac.
Like, listen, I got you a present. I got you a leash and a collar.
I go, did she put it on? And he's talking and he stops and he looks at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm working here again. Oh, by the way, guys, Friday I start working at the Comedy Store again. Bitch is back and everybody is excited except for all the fucking new people I don't know.
Because they have no idea who you are.
Yeah. Like one of them kept staring at me and I was like, And do you remember Isabel? She was the teeny tiny little British girl. She was blonde, kinda, big eyes.
Sort of, kind of.
So she came out to talk to us, and somebody came up and they were like, hey, you're not a comic. You can't be in the parking lot. And we're all looking at him and we're talking to her. Like, we invited her in. It was very weird. And I get it. Like, I don't want to be mean to the new people because they truly are just doing their job, and they got a job at the Comedy Store, so they don't want to fuck it up. Like, I get you. But also read the room a little.
Well, and I know that because I had them all trained too at one point where I could just walk in and they all knew who I was. They all knew I was your husband. And now it's going to be totally different again where I got to train all these new fucking guys again. But
they'll be trained fast.
Because I'll be, because I'm a guy that goes out and hangs out in the random parking lot for no fucking reason because I can. Or I go to Sacred Ground because I don't give a fuck and they don't care if I do.
Right. But and I don't know. I felt very...
I walk back to the green room like I own the fucking place. Right.
And I felt very like... I don't know. Everybody was like, Joy's back. Like, Joy's coming back. And it felt very good.
Yeah. That's
good.
Well, you were like a den mom.
Yeah, that's what Josh says. But it just made me feel really good that everybody's like, I'm
like
so
the team
glad.
Mom. We got our team mom back, guys. Our team mom is back. We're getting fucking grape juice and fucking cupcakes for fucking after game. Fuck yeah.
I mean, we used to bring food in.
God, I remember that shit. And after, like, you'd play baseball or whatever.
Yeah.
And afterwards, it was like snack day. It was like, all right, who's got the snacks? Billy's parents have the juice and the snacks this week.
I was a bad snack mom. I'd be all, gushers and juice, dudes.
Fucking wind them up on fucking chocolate fucking cookies.
But I am excited. And they made me feel super welcome. And even they were like, dude, we're paying you more. Just fucking come back. And I was like, fucking, okay. Okay. So anyway...
Backtrack.
So one of my nieces, who is fucking awesome, like Result Fitness, if you guys want to like have a gym out here in SCV, Brandy is a fucking beast. Like, she's amazing. Anyway, she sent one of her people to me, and she walks in, and this is not an exaggeration. You can ask Brandy. She walked in and she goes, "Why does Meth Syndicate follow your Instagram?" And I go, "We're friends." I'm all, "Rebecca and Eric." Like, by the way, if you guys need parody shirts, Meth Syndicate is the place to go.
They're dope. Great people.
They're amazing. We
Support
love
the hell out of them.
Yeah, we fucking love them. And she's like, "Why does the Comedy Store follow you?" And I'm all, "Oh, because I used to work there, and I'm a Comedy Store family." And then she's all, "Do you know Josh Adam Myers?" And I'm like, He's
like my brother.
Yeah. I go,
he's like my neurotic brother.
I go, "Josh is mine." And I go, and she's like, "You're like the coolest person I know." And I'm all, "Oh, you need to meet more people." Like,
really? 20 minutes with Josh, you'd be like, "Jesus, this guy's a neurotic." You know? And I love the guy. I do. I adore the guy. I think he is an absolute sweetheart.
So they were supposed to have a goddamn comedy jam on Sunday, and they forgot to tell me it was canceled. I drove my brand new car. I parked it. I told the parking attendant, "Yeah, there's a show tonight." I walked my dumbass chair all the way to the Comedy Store, and it was locked. And I called
With no one anywhere.
No one. And I called Emily, and I go, "Is there a show tonight?" And she goes, "Oh my God, they didn't tell you." And I'm all, "Okay." And I was all, "Is there a show tomorrow?" And she's like, "There's two." I'm all, "Oh, fuck my whole life." My whole life just went.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't go last night was because it was two shows.
So anyways, I go into the green room and I hug Josh and we're talking and I'm sitting there and it's completely quiet and I go, "I drove to the Comedy Store last night." And that's all I said. And it was complete quiet. And then it got quieter. And Josh goes, "Oh, yeah, yeah." And then he goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Like, it clicked in his head.
He didn't tell you.
And then Justine goes, "Oh my God." And they're like, and I go,
like knowing it takes you 40 minutes to drive here from home.
And I go, "I felt very unloved and I felt very forgotten." And they fucking like toppled me and they were like, "We love you." And at one point in the night, I was sitting next to Josh and he grabbed my hand and like interlaced his fingers and we held hands for a while. And he's all, "I love you, Joy." And I was like,
"I'm so sorry."
And I said something again. We were talking and I was like, "Well, I fucking drove here last night." And Josh goes, "Stop saying that. It makes me feel bad."
You're like, "Good, motherfucker," because it made me feel bad.
I'm all, it was fun. He goes, "Stop it." And he's all, and then I when I said, I was like, I felt kind of unloved. He's like, "You are the show." He's like, "You, Rebecca, Eric, Justine." He's like, "You guys are the show. The show does not happen." He goes, "I would be greatly upset if you weren't in the green room." And then it made me feel better. And then we were talking, and I was talking to Hormos, who got passed, by the way.
Yay. One of the nicest young men I have had the pleasure of meeting out of the Comedy Store. Truly, honestly, and hilarious to boot.
I'm so excited for him.
From the day we walked in there as Comedy Store fans, just to watch shows, him, and Matt Billion, who passed away, rest in peace, Matt. Him and Guam and Matt, those were the guys who completely took us and were like, "Hey, you're part of this. Come in. We see you all the time." And it was them, and then Eleanor pulled us in, and then that was it. After that, it was over.
And then Emily got a job, and then Emily got me a job, and then it was
a hot mess.
Then it's life.
Joy works there, and I just go wander around like I'm
which
somebody.
Which is beautiful, and you know what? It's beautiful, but
what I like is when I walk around and do things like I'm not supposed to do, and then people like regular fans are like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" I do that on purpose just because I'm not special and it makes me feel special.
You know what's weird too is like people are so weird. Like when Joe used to come to the store a lot, Joe would come and hug me. Like he would make it a point when he saw me, he would stop and he would hug me.
Like one day I remember you calling me, you're like, "Joe just chased me down the hallway." It was
weird. Because I walked by and he was talking and he felt bad that he didn't say hi to me. Because it's a whole thing. We were in the green room once, and Joe and I were talking, and he goes, you know what I hate? And I go, me? You're going to say me. And he fucking started laughing. He was like, Joy, I love you. And then he hugged me. And then, so ever since then, it was like thing.
It's like when Santino, I said something, well, I mean, it's not like you know me. We're not like you know us. We're just some strangers. He's like, no, dude, we're friends. And I was like, we're friends with Andrew Santino? Fucking right.
And then
Can I get your number?
And then he goes, I've been friends with Joy for a really long time. And I'm all, yeah.
I go, you just call me an acquaintance. It's all good, man.
I'm like,
I don't want to overstep my bounds.
I'm like, well, fuck it. Okay.
I'm like the least bound stepper when it comes to being around that room.
But I will tell you, every once in a while, Joe would hug me. It wasn't a big deal, but people would look at me, and then some people would be like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm fucking nobody. I'm
fucking Joy, dude.
I'm like, and they're like, why did Joe hug you? And I'm all, because I'm a nice person. Because I'm
fucking Joy, dude.
I'm a nice person. So, anyways, last night.
I should interview you as an independent book writer.
Last night was insane. There was 2 shows. At the end of Josh came in and he's all, it's a longie. It's a longie, guys. We were all.
It'll be a long one.
Like, at one point, Trevor Wallace was on the couch in the green room, like
half asleep.
Dead.
Did he do both shows?
No, but I think he did a show before he came and did the show. Whitney Cummings was there. Eric Griffin was there.
I like Eric Griffin.
I did like 30 massages last night. And then I will say I met one of the newer cast members from SNL, Marcelo. He's fucking the cutest person in the world.
Yeah.
His energy, he's just a little kid. He's probably in his 20s. And I fucking fell madly in love with him. And he was like, hey, can I get a massage? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you're amazing. And he was like, everybody tips you, right? And I was like, oh my God. But he was just.
What you should do is you need to make sure you need to put a little thing with your cards right
I
there.
know.
Pow. And then so when you're like, yeah, here's my card. I do privates, so here's my card.
Right.
You know how many you would pick up? I promise you'd
right.
pick up a few.
And well, Annie made sure too. I massaged Annie and she was like, here's your tip, Joy. And then Justine did the same thing.
Annie.
Justine's all.
She's a rough chick. I like her.
She's cool.
She's a tough, tough chick.
And then Justine goes, Joy, I'm Venmoing you your tip. Like it's.
Wait, I can guess though. Let me make a guess. I saw a picture.
Uh-huh.
There was a picture of Gino. Gino go, oh, picture for clout. And he had a picture of him and Jamar Neighbor. So I'm assuming he was on your chair for at least 10 minutes.
That puppy.
I fucking love that guy.
He walks in like this.
Fucking just shredded to fucking all hell, dude.
His arms. And he's all, somebody was on the chair getting a massage and he's all, get up. And I was all, Jamar. And he's all, get up, you're done. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. So then I'm massaging.
He's all bullying.
He's all, you're my queen. You're my queen. And he calls me his
so
queen.
Funny. Because they were talking about him on Rogan.
Uh-huh.
Rogan and somebody, and they're like, do you know Jamar Neighbors? And he's like, I know him a little bit. I've met him. He's all, dude, no. He goes, the guy fucking is in the gym boxing all the time. He goes, he's legit. Like, he could box professionally. He is good. Like, Joe Rogan was saying that about him.
And he's
a fucking absolute sweetheart.
He had a special. It's called Rotten Luther King.
God, I hope he did my joke.
He didn't. I told him. I tell him every time. Rotten Luther King. And it won a Can Award. So fucking like.
Good for him.
Fucking fuck.
If you don't know who Jamar Neighbors is, if you've ever watched the older roast battles, there was a threesome called The Wave, and it was a white dude named Jeremiah.
Who just had a baby.
Right? A second baby.
2 babies.
It was Jamar, and it was Willie.
Yeah. Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're all comedians now. They're all doing really well for themselves, but Jamar, they were always just clowning, and Jamar's he's just a clown, and he's responsible for one of my favorite jokes in Planet.
I made him cry laughing because I'm massaging him, and I was like, I was telling Emily, I go, Jamar does one of John's favorite jokes about the sugar cookies. And
the fact he remembers it too. He's like, I remember that joke.
And then Emily goes, my favorite joke is that he goes, aren't you sick of women who get raped getting book deals? And I go, what the fuck? I was like, I was raped and I'm still self-published. And he fucking lost his mind. And I go, was I raped wrong? And he was like, holy shit. And like, you could see his stomach muscles contracting.
You could, that would be that's one of his bits though.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good bit.
It's true though. He's bit. Like, but I was all.
It was funny because I was talking to, who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody about we're talking about how, well, I was in my session today, but I was talking about how I had random conversation, got into them for a moment, and I was talking about how the lady, the independent book writer, did what she did, killed herself or whatever, or like faked to kill herself
fake
and all
suicide.
that.
Yeah.
And I go, and the worst part is she's going to end up making $1 gazillion on a freaking story over it, and people are going to buy into it, and she should be going to jail for being a piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I was like, that's the difference. That's why I go that, and that's why I'm having such a hard time with like just things like that in general. Looking at the way people are right now, it's just pathetic. The world is pathetic.
But then there's good people.
I've seen.
We're good people.
For the first time in my life, though, this is negative. I see less good in people than I ever have.
I
see bad intentions for so many people. Like just looking at people, and you see them, and you see the videos and of people doing awful things.
See, you need to start watching Abraham Hicks again. Like, I feel so good right now. Like, I feel good.
I feel fine.
Like, good things are happening. But anyway, so last night was a fucking blast.
Let me tell you, it was such a blast last night. I raced on iRacing. Did freaking finish top 6 for a street stock race. I was pretty pumped there.
And I'm not going to say who, but there is going to be an announcement soon about a baby.
Oh, yeah, you'll tell me off air.
A baby fuck, man. I cannot believe this person is having a baby. I mean, fucking good for them. Wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh. Like, to the point.
I think I know.
They told Eric Griffin, and he goes, wow.
I'm going to take a guess off air.
It was crazy. I was like, oh, shit. So, and then, okay, I have a couple more.
So you had a good time.
I had so much
You got to see
fun.
a lot of people, talk to a lot of comedians.
Yeah, I massaged so many people last night. It was nuts. It was really cool, but it was a long fucking night.
Right. 'Cause I thought I vaguely remember hearing you come in.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think I was like conscious.
Right. And then Bobby.
And I thought it was maybe midnight-ish.
Like
I remember my brain kind of going, Mama's home. It's probably a little after midnight-ish, 1-ish. And then that's like my brain just went, it just completely shut off.
It's 2 a.m. But also shout out, Bobby was talking.
Oh, I like him. He's a good kid.
That kid is going to go so
great
far.
Kid.
He's going to go so
Another
far.
Great kid. All these little young kids are good kids.
The good. Like,
there's a few good.
I can't wait till you meet Marcelo. He was John. Like I wanted to adopt him.
He's on Saturday Night Live. He'll be
But
back.
he's out. No, he's out here for a while because they're on hiatus. I want to adopt this kid. He's fucking a dog. Anyways, he kept calling Josh Dad. And so Josh would be all, my boy. And he'd be all, Papa, Papa. I was like, oh, God, these two are fucking nuts. I love it. But, oh, my God. Oh, so anyways, Bobby's talking. And he's like, yeah, I park over by Pink Dot. And I'm all, you're over by Pink Dot? And he's like, yeah. And I go, will you walk me to my car? And he's like, yeah. But then I had to wait for Josh. And he already did his set. And he's like, he's just slumped. All of us were dying. And I go, Bobby. I go, if you just want to go home, I go, just go. I can walk by myself. And he's all, nope, I'm your knight in shining armor, Joy. And he fucking walked me to my car.
He's a good kid.
And I was like, dude, you're going to go. He's such a good kid. Such a good kid. And he's fucking funny. We call him Big Dick Bobby. So when he walks in, we're all, Big Dick Bobby. And he's just got this like personality.
He's got a good energy.
So then, okay, John's parents are here. We got to see them. That was cool.
Yeah, we don't know until they show up. Like everybody seems to know that when they're coming to town, except for us.
Maybe we just don't pay attention.
Maybe. Or we
And
live too far out of the loop.
Maybe. Well, then I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm already like an emotional mess right now with Brody and Caleb and Tyler and everything, and me leaving the chiropractor, and it's just a lot's happening right now. I got a new car, so I'm sitting there, and my niece Brandy plops her baby down on my lap, and she goes, Tatum needs Aunt Joy time, and I was like. And my whole body wanted to just cry. And I'm staring at this baby. And I'm like, how? She was just a baby herself. And I'm like, so I'm just having a full-on conversation with Tatum. I'm like, your mom used to be little. And she's just like, fucking mom. No, Aunt Joy. And then we got to hang out with, man, we have the coolest nieces and nephews. Like, we really do. Like I laid on Haley's bed for like 30 minutes because I was so overstimulated. I almost felt drunk. And Haley and I talked because Haley's fucking the coolest thing ever. And then Andrew, he's my boy. Let's just say it as it is. Andrew's my kid. He's my boy.
He's number 8.
He's a good kid.
He's number 8 on our list. He listens on a pretty regular, or he was. I don't know if he's still. We might board him out, but I think we were doing pretty good for a while.
And then, okay, and then I got a couple more things. So John and I were we were in bed, and John was going through like Chevy Chase movies, and Chevy Chase is and John goes, Chevy Chase is the same thing in every movie. He's like the sarcastic kind of asshole, and I go.
Well, his delivery, his cadence, it's always, it never varies. His acting is always very much the same. Right.
So I looked at John and I go,
no disrespect.
I go, Ryan Reynolds is this generation's Chevy Chase.
He is.
And I was like, fucking.
He's the millennials fucking
Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
And I stand by that. And then
the OG one.
And then Brody last night, he was like, our internet's being a little crazy right now. I think it's because it's been so overcast lately. And he's like, Mom, who makes our internet again? And I was like, we have Starlink. So I was like, Elon Musk. And he's like, this sucks. And I'm like, we have some musky internet.
We had some musky internet.
And Brody and
Smells so bad.
Brody was in the living room. I was in the bedroom. And we were dying laughing because I said musky internet. And it was stupid. And then the last thing I have. So stupid. So I got out of the shower and I had a t-shirt on and I had no pants on. It was like 5:30 in the morning. And so I went to the kitchen because my pants were on. I took everything out of the laundry and I threw it on top of our kitchen table. And my pants were there. But also somebody had done laundry that night before and they threw all of my sheets on the kitchen table. So I start folding my sheets.
And you're just in a t-shirt.
And I'm in a t-shirt. And Tyler comes out. And I'm all, I'm not wearing any pants. And I ran into the garage. And I put my pants on. And I came out. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, it's fine. It's fine. And I was like, he's like, I didn't see anything. I'm like, I was just folding sheets. Like, I don't know why. And so then I fucking went to work. It was on Sunday. I went to work and I pulled my pants down to go pee. And the tag was on this.
Tickling your little area.
I put my pants on backwards.
Fantastic.
And I laughed because I was like, oh, I'm the stupidest fucking person in the world.
You were in such a hurry, you forgot.
I flipped my pants around because I'm dumb. And I got home at 2 a.m. and I did 7 massages today. I had a whirlwind talk with Dr. Hong Kong. And
which isn't over yet.
And
he just lobbed one in there and then fucking kicked him, fucking stuck his own foot in his fucking mouth right at the end. He had you on the line and then stuck his fucking foot right in the
He had me on
bucket.
the line and then cut it.
And then fucking stuck it right in up, fucking dumbass.
Yeah,
it hurt, yeah.
It really did.
I get it. It was betrayal.
It was a little betrayal. So,
good luck.
Clip surprise. I'm not tired. I'm fine. I also have 2,000 steps to do. So,
we got this. Let's roll. We done. Have a good night. Thanks for enjoying it.
By the way, they are going to do the goddamn comedy jam. It's the 9th anniversary. I think it's somewhere in July. I think it was almost around my birthday. So fucking, you guys should get tickets.
Do you know it's
the Muffin Man?
It was almost a year ago next week, I think, or a year ago this week that I talked to Daryl last time.
No.
Yep, I just thought about that today.
P.S.
So, it's almost been a year. It's getting close to a year anniversary of Daryl's passing, and I still think about him a lot. And I'm just sorry, he's been on my mind a lot lately, so I had to bring it up.
Makes sense. It is
miss you, buddy.
It's
Love
my dad's birthday tomorrow. Maybe I will give you guys some more dad stories.
Oh my God,
week.
we guaranteed to get Joy dad stories next week. You better fucking come back for that shit because they're always the best.
Who wants some Sam stories?
Fuck yes.
So happy birthday, Sam, Dad.
Fuck yeah, we're gonna fucking throw a couple of those fucking weird ones out of there. It'll be fantastic.
All right. Good night, you guys. Fucking thank you.
I'll even tell the awkward one.
I'm gonna leave the room when you tell the awkward one.
It's gonna be awkward.
It's already awkward. All right. Good night. John.
Good day. Well, we're not there yet. You weren't even standing up yet. Good day. Beep 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 beep. I just touched your butt. It's pretty. There. You just created content. Butt touch.